I've had a challenging past year medically, with at least 16 emergency room visits due to allergic reactions and various health issues. I've undergone 5 surgeries and been hospitalized more times than I can remember. I often rely on heavy medications that have affected my memory, and I had excellent caregivers. But I'm sharing this context so that I could tell you about my chicken and biscuit story. Recently, I went to a long-awaited eye doctor visit. It was at a large club store, expecting just to get a routine checkup. And the eye doctor confirmed I needed stronger glasses after he did his check. But then he mentioned I would need surgery on my left eye. At the mention of surgery, I found myself tuning out, much like the indistinct wah, wah, wah that you hear of the teacher in the voice of Charlie Brown when you watch the cartoon. My mind was overwhelmed, and the thoughts of no more surgeries. Realizing I hadn't absorbed anything that the doctor was telling me, I asked him to write everything down that I was needing. And he kindly explained to me again that surgery was for the macular pucker that is a very fixable condition. And despite his reassurances, I left feeling disappointed and anxious, knowing that the past surgeries I had just had this past year had so many complications. I went to my truck and leaned back in my seat, and I started talking to God. I was upset, to say the least. The Bible verse Philippians 4:6-7 came to mind, reminding me not to be anxious for anything and to pray with thanksgiving and to let God's peace guard my heart and mind. And I knew at that moment I had no peace in my heart and mind. I started thinking about what I could be grateful for in that moment, for being alive, for being able to drive myself to the club store by myself, not needing a walker anymore or a wheelchair. And as I was thanking God, somehow I just dozed off in my truck for about 30 minutes, and I awoke feeling peaceful yet hungry. Oddly, I craved chicken and biscuit crackers, which for the first time I tried this past summer when my sister Julie and her hubby Scotty brought on a fishing trip we went on. Thankful for the peace, I got up and went right back into the club store, hoping to find a giant box or at least a double pack, because it was a club store, of chicken and biscuit crackers. Yet they did not carry any. I just decided to head home, focusing instead on my blessings that I was doing before. And I thanked God for the past moments when I enjoyed those crackers. That taste still wanting to be satisfied. I arrived home and found a package from California outside our gate from my sister Julie and her husband, Scotty. Inside were socks and other small gifts and a custom baseball cap and 2 boxes of, believe it or not, chicken and biscuit crackers. At that moment, I cried, feeling assured that God knew my heart and my needs, even down to the tiniest little cracker. I am so grateful to a God for bringing his word to my mind when feeling anxious and fear of another surgery. And it began to overwhelm me. But when his word came to my mind, it also came with his promises that I could rely on. And he reveals his love to me in wondrous ways. How has he revealed himself to you lately? Remember, because he lives, it does change everything.